In a recent press conference, Joe Biden was asked about the $450,000 reparations payment to undocumented immigrants that his administration was considering, and this is what he had to say about it.
Mr. President,
This ought to be good.
I think so too. About the way forward, Mr. President, as you were leaving for your overseas trip, there were reports that were surfacing that your administration is planning to pay illegal immigrants who are separated from their families at the border up to $450,000 each, possibly $1 million per family. Do you think that that might incentivize more people to come over illegally?
If you guys keep sending that garbage out, yeah, but it's not true.
So this is a garbage report.
Yeah.
Okay. So
$450,000 per person. Is that what you're saying?
That was separated from a family member at the border under the last administration.
That's not going to happen.
Now, cheerleaders for Biden in the Democratic Party will take this as a moment to say, see, Biden is not paying out reparations like you said he was. You guys are simply over-exaggerating things because he just said it's not going to happen. But what I want you to focus on is what was actually discussed in that brief exchange. And if you were paying attention, the only thing Biden refuted was the dollar amount.
Yeah.
Okay. So
$450,000 per person. Is that what you're saying?
That was separated from a family member at the border under the last administration.
That's not going to happen.
He never refuted the fact that the undocumented will receive reparations. And to drive that point home, what I want to do is read a few passages from this article titled, Biden Denies Plan to Pay Separated Migrant Families Up to $450K. Now, what I'm getting ready to read to you is the ACLU's response to Joe Biden's statement denying the $450K payments. The American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, in a statement argued Biden would be turning his back on a core campaign promise to provide a measure of justice for those separated under the Trump policy. President Biden may not have been fully briefed about the actions of his very own Justice Department as it carefully deliberated and considered the crimes committed against thousands of families separated from their children as an intentional governmental policy. ACLU Executive Director Anthony D. Romero said in a statement, urging Biden to right the wrongs of this national tragedy. Now, based on what we just read, Biden is either unaware of what's happening in his own administration or he's simply playing dumb. And most likely, he's just playing dumb. But here's the most important part of the article that I want you to pay attention to, because reparations will be paid. It's just simply a matter of how much. However, legal experts told the Washington Post that settling with the families could prove less costly than allowing the case to play out in court, where more details about the government's harsh treatment of migrants could also emerge. You see, no matter how you slice it, they're getting paid. You can either settle me out, or we can go to court and risk having to pay me more money. But either way, I'm getting paid regardless. Meanwhile, the Democrats control the White House, the House, and the Senate, and the descendants of American slavery can't even get a bill passed to study reparations, let alone having payments issued out. Now, surprisingly, Bernice King, the youngest child of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., actually called Joe Biden out over this, and here is what she had to say.
My heart is extremely heavy right now, and I hope all who hear this message and have the power to do something will act. While I, like so many of you, care deeply for the families separated at our border and believe that assisting them is the just thing to do, I question how the president of this nation has it in his heart to consider this without also expressing and working to fulfill the need for reparations for Black people who have endured generations of physical and relational, psychological, legislative, and yes, economic trauma. As my father said, we must recognize that we can't solve our problem now until there is a radical redistribution of economic and political power. This radical redistribution must include, in my words, comprehensive reparations for Black people. This, my brothers and sisters in the beloved community, is an urgent matter and must become a priority for our nation.
Even Bernice King was like, hold up. You all know I'm part of the Vote Blue No Matter Who gang, but now this is getting ridiculous. And she's correct. It is getting ridiculous. And it will continue to carry on this way, especially if you allow the Democrats to keep all their seats and some after the midterms. I've said this 1,000,000,000,000 times before, and I'm going to say it again and again and again. Why buy the cow when the milk is free? The Democrats already know that you're going to vote Harris 2024. Don't front. I don't want to hear anybody fronting in line in the comment section. Yes, you will. Harris 2024. You know you voting for.
This is 16th Ward Alderman and Committeeman Stephanie Coleman. Mothership, what are we here for?
Oh, it is a serious matter.
From young to old,
3 generations.
we go strong to the polls.
So if they know this already, then why would they do anything for you when they already know that the vote is in the bag? In order to get their attention, a strong message must be sent to them during the midterms. If not, you can expect this foolishness not only to continue, but to amplify. And with all that being said, that does it for today's video. So please hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. All social media links will be pinned in the comment section below. Please don't forget to text tdhiphop to number 33222. That's tdhiphop to number 33222. That way you'll get a direct text notification whenever I release a new video, but it also serves as a protection plan for myself in case YouTube ever gives this channel the axe. I'll be able to send you a direct link to where you can find me next. And last but not least, for those of you who have a love and appreciation for the work that I put in on this channel, the number one way you can show your support is through Patreon. For only $3 a month, that will help put me in position to be able to take TD Hip Hop Media off of YouTube. Remember, the goal is not to grow big on YouTube, but to grow independent of YouTube. And for those of you who have trouble with joining Patreon, another option would be for you to get a membership to this channel via hitting the join button, which is next to the subscribe button. For as little as $3 a month, you can become an official member of TD Hip Hop Media, to which you would be helping the same cause of making TD Hip Hop Media independent of YouTube versus growing big on YouTube. And lastly, if you haven't already, please make sure you join the emailing list. There is no way that I can grow independent of YouTube if I cannot take the audience with me. And the link to join the emailing list will also be pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you for your time, and until the next video, peace.